What's this cat hair on me? Tell you what, gotta get these doggone cats out of my house. Let's see now. All right, somebody's out here already. Let's see if we got a comment. Not yet. All right. All right, guys. Actually, I just got back. I had to run up to New England to watch my son walk across the stage, get his diploma. He got his bachelor's, but whew, I had a long ride. But you know what? I figured, you know what? Just being the no excuse type dude that I am, like I can come out here with the hustlers for at least 20 minutes or so just to talk about one of the quickest ways that you can get to some leads using the software tactical arbitrage. And it's just critical, guys, because it's getting harder and harder out here on Amazon for people who don't know how to really look at what's right in front of them, right? If you don't know what you're looking at, if you don't really know how to evaluate products, you're just not going to be able to get to it. And you know what? It doesn't matter if you're using tactical arbitrage like me. It doesn't matter if you're using the pedo. It doesn't matter the software. It does not matter the software. The software is the data. Thank you so much, hustlers, for the likes. I need those. Thank you so much. It doesn't matter what software you use. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter if you walk into the store. If you don't know how to evaluate the products, it's not going to work. And we're not in the old days. Hustlers, we are not in the old days where nobody knows this. Amazon's just wide open and just letting you do what you want. I remember the days before gating. So this is what I'm talking about. Before there were any gating at all. Okay. So I know what I'm talking about here. When I tell you, you're not going to get a lot of times until you get a real knack for this, until you really build up, until you get your reps in and get your experience. And I'm talking real experience, hustlers, not this crap you hear on social. I'm talking about the years, not the days, not the weeks, not the months, the years. If you can't get into that, you might as well just keep your day job. I ain't got nothing against that because I work one too. So feel me on this. I'm not telling you not to work a job. I'm not telling you that it's bad to work a job. I'm telling you it's good. But I'm telling you, if you're trying to really grow your business and get to the numbers that I'm doing, and I'm going to show you in a minute because I always do that, you're going to have to learn how to really listen. You're going to have to really learn how to properly sift through data, products. You're going to have to really learn how to wring it out, how to milk out what you can get out of a product so that you can build some momentum, because once you build momentum, it is the momentum that really carries you someplace. You're not going to get out here, start doing Amazon this week and think that you're just going to get to the bag right away like that. You're not going to do it. So I want you to pay attention, because what we're trying to do around here, the hustlers, we're trying to get to the bag, and I can't show you to you because my green screen ain't acting right. But that was a bag. That was a brown paper bag, and that's what we're trying to get to. Because in that bag is a bunch of bread. You follow? So, a couple things before we get into the weeds here. And this is great. Even if you're not live with me, this is for you. Couple things real quick. If you need me, we can get connected. Text the number, text the words "working class hustler" to the number on your screen. It's also in the description. Make sure you check out the Snackfood Symposium. Guys, I'm really getting to it. Listen to me real quick. I am getting to the bag in snack food. And if you don't like snack food, that's okay. Anything that is edible is going to be great. You're hearing a lot of people talking about these Section 3s that Amazon is coming at them with. And a lot of that has to do with Amazon trying to protect against fraud, counterfeit. See, I'm selling cheese doodles. Ain't nobody trying to, there's no fraudster out there trying to counterfeit cheese doodles in China. You see what I'm saying? So my numbers just keep going like this because I'm not getting Section 3 and everything drops off. Then I got to try to build. Then I got to try to pivot. Then I got to try to look and then build up just so that they can knock me down again. And then we got people in my private group that are being multiple times over gated, double gated. They've been gated. They got ungated. They got regated. They get ungated. They get regated again. It's like, bro, while y'all doing all that, I'm just moving up. We'll get to the numbers on that. Sign up for the free tactical arbitrage course. Trust me, hustlers, we building on it. It's a challenge. It's a challenge for me. I want to get more modules out there, so I'm going to get more modules out there. But I do have a life. It's okay. It's okay because we ain't making no excuses. Just get in there because you're going to see it's blowing up. Okay. If you have any questions, make sure to drop them right here. And I'll get to them if I can. If not, don't worry about it. Drop it in the comments. You got my number. Text me if we need to hop on a quick call. We can. But let me show you what I'm talking about here, guys. I'm going to move my screen around here so I can just show you a little bit about what we're talking about. You know, it's not fair to you, you know, for me to be talking all this stuff and I'm not showing you the numbers. And you better ask yourself, you got all these influencers out here. Question number one, how long have they been out here? Because if you ask them, who is this person? That's the wrong person. Are they showing you any numbers on a regular basis, like receipts, real receipts, tax receipts, things like that on a regular basis? It's just a question. I'm not telling you the answer. You're going to determine that when you really start to consider why you ain't seeing no receipts. Everybody can talk. Anybody can stick a camera in front of his face and talk about what you could be doing. Okay, well, show me what you're doing. When the last time you showed me some numbers? Why? You see what I'm saying? That's just the question. If you don't want to ask, that's cool. I'm just posing it. I'm just putting it out there. I think it's interesting. But also, don't forget, down in the comments, if you really want to get around some people, if you really want to get around some hustlers that are getting to the bag, then you can join the private group. The link is in the description. You'll come to a page that looks like this. And when you go to join, you can pick, you know, whatever fits you. It's very, very affordable, guys. But the thing about it is this. The thing is, we all know that if you can get around, if you can get into a community, that is where the bag is. Courses are great. You know, consuming content like what you're watching right now is great. It's really, really good. But when you get around a group, it's just game changing. It really is. So consider that. But with that being said, let me show you what I'm talking about, guys. When you're trying to get to the bag, I'm just going to show you real quick. So like, for example, if you look in my Seller Central, so today, you know, we're almost at 1,000. No big deal. 37 orders. My numbers aren't crazy. However, when you go, you know, inside and you start looking at, so this is all last year. So you can see where I was, usually around 15,000. But then you look at this year so far, and it's just been going like this: January, February, March, April. Now we're in May, so it dropped off, but it'll come right back up. And look at the gap between pretty much where we were last year and here. From here to here. That's what you got to be thinking about, guys. And this is why, you know, when I encourage you to subscribe to this channel, when I encourage you to hit the bell notification so that you don't miss these lives, when I promise you that I'm going to come out here as much as I can, and I keep the promise, I keep my word to you that I'm going to do this. Just in case, guys, listen, just in case you have that one question, and maybe I can answer it for you. Just in case, I repeat the same stuff because it's like, how many ways can I tell you how to get to the bag? It's not that hard, but I might put it in a way that resonates with you. You might be ready. You know, you could hear the same message over and over, and it's not going to sink in until you're ready. Keep coming back, guys. One day it's going to be ready. You're going to be ready. And then it's going to be the first week of May, and you're going to be at almost 130,000. If you're not doing that already, if you're doing that, great. If you're doing that, we need you. I need you. But if you're not, guys, you got to start. You got to start putting in the work. Hey, what's going on, Antoine? I'm doing great, man. Like I said, if you just jumped on, I just got back in town. I had to go watch my son walk across the stage and get his bachelor's degree. So Yab Yasin says, I just came on, need to lock in and get some oil leads. Help me out with some guidance. Absolutely. Make sure you're subscribed, man. That's what this is all about. We're going to actually show an example today, and this is going to be important. Because see, what we do is when we come out to this channel, when we go out looking to consume content, we want somebody to tell us exactly what to do. That's not how you're going to get there. Ain't nobody going to tell you exactly what to do unless you join the private group. Now, you join the private group, that's where I'm actually giving my actual products that I sell. And I'm telling you, go get this, boom, press red button, hold hands out, wait for money. That's what you get when you make that type of investment. But even if you don't, that's not what's important. What's important is that you learn how to think. So just hang with me for a second. Hey, thanks, Nick. Nate, sorry about that, man. Appreciate it, bro. I appreciate it. But no, listen to what I'm about to say before we even start breaking this down. So the first thing we're going to do, we're going to go over to the software, right? Tactical arbitrage. We're going to get in there right now. And I'm only going to show one thing because we ain't got to spend a whole lot of time on this. Let me see here. All right, so here we go. We're inside of tactical arbitrage. One of the quickest ways to get to leagues is to just come over to where it says always be scanning. Click it. In most cases, if you're like me, you just want to go to the US. Okay. Actually, I gotta see what this is. Soon expiring. What is that? I don't know what that's all about. But whatever it is, I just go to USA, let it load. Now, remember, guys, you can drag your columns around wherever you need them. You can set your filters. Like if you look, I got this filter set for at least 15 monthly sales. You know, you can set different things. And also remember, I usually, as I'm scrolling, this is the first thing I'm looking for. Number of sellers, okay? Because that's going to tell me right away. See, if you see one seller, that's probably going to be the manufacturer. And, you know, don't worry about, we're looking at rugs and runners. That's not what I'm into. Although I have sold those before. People do buy that stuff, but that's not my thing. Okay? See how you see two sellers on this? Actually, it's actually all I'm really seeing is one, but you already know with a product like this, that's going to be private label. One person, one. And see, that's how you could quickly start getting through this stuff. Now, of course, you could actually set the filter here. For example, you could say you wanted at least 5 people. Okay. And boom. This is exactly the product that we're going to look at. Now, this is important. So I want you to pay attention real quick. Because what you're looking at here, this is not a product that's going to knock your socks off, guys. This isn't going to blow anything out of the water. And that's why a lot of people walk away from it. But if you want to, if you're new, if you're just getting started in this business, you're going to have to start to learn how to look at products like this. Now, like I said earlier, this is a food product. This is under, grocery and gourmet. You're not going to be building your business on things like Nike and, Nintendo gaming systems and Beats by Dre and all these things that get you Section 3'd as soon as somebody decides, oh, we don't know if he's authentic. Now that knocks you off your square. Now you got to start all over. You get gated. You got to get, ungated again and again and again and come up with receipts and all this. Ain't nobody trying to counterfeit some English toffee flavored cappuccino. You understand? So let's get into it. All right. So here's what I'm looking at. Number one, you got 16 estimated monthly sales. At the time that this search was run, and this came out of Always Be Scanning, you were at, they claim Amazon was buy boxing at $23.51. They claim that you should be able to get this from the website Farm and Fleet for $12.78. Now, I don't use a lot of software. Maybe I'll start using more, but you see the numbers I'm getting, guys. I'm approaching 40,000 a month, and I don't even use a software to calculate for me. I open up the old stinking calculator and I do it. Now watch what happens, because here's what we're going to do. We're going to click on the image. There's many ways to get to the actual Amazon listing. For us, we're going to just click on the image. That's going to take us there. Now, of course, you guys already know, you got to make sure you got the right product. You're supposed to be, at the time they ran the search, it should have been buy boxing for like $23.51. We come over, it's actually going down a little bit. That's okay. This is important. So I'm just going to throw little nuggets out there for your benefit. Prices are going to move. Prices are going to move. So you got to be able to pivot, or you go in with a game plan where you're just going to stand still and let the price move around. However it's going to move, that depends. I did a live not too long ago, and I was saying some of y'all not getting your velocity because you're not aggressive enough. But I'll take this right where it's buy boxing, 23.21. I'll take off 15%. And now I'm down to 1972. Guys, I do not do FBA, and I'm not saying that you should or you shouldn't. I'm just telling you I don't, so that you understand what I'm thinking about and how I'm moving. Okay. Right off the rip, this is one canister, 2 pound, okay, 32 ounce. Then we come over to the website where it's available, which is Blaine's Farm and Fleet. I'm not getting into your tax situation. I'm not getting into the shipping situation. You got to figure that out. That's part of, doing your work. Now, right here is saying that if you spend basically $80, you'll get free shipping. Okay. Now, remember, we had $10. We were down to $19.72 after we paid 15% to Amazon. Then you take out $10.99 that you've got to give to Blaine's Farm and Fleet. That leaves you with $8.73. Now, listen to me. This is where a lot of people will say, oh, I'm out of here. Good. Let them leave. You've got to start thinking, guys. Let me put my ugly mug back up here, because sometimes y'all just got to look. You just got to deal with it. You've got to start thinking, all right, how do I get in? Because once you get in, follow me. Once you get in, then you build momentum. Once you build momentum, the momentum is going to take you places that you don't even realize. You want me to tell you exactly what to do. I can't do that. I can tell you how to get momentum. The momentum is what's going to get you someplace where we don't know. Your consistency is going to constantly be opening you up. Okay. So you might look and say, well, $8.73, that's not enough. This is 2 pounds. By the time I ship it, it's 3 pounds. Hell, it's going to take me all the money, if I'm lucky, just to be able to ship it and break even. That's when you go back and you look, because you got 13 people selling this. Everybody who's selling it is not this person. Now, you may say that the guy who has the buy box is getting the bulk of the sales. You ain't trying to get the bulk of the sales. Are you listening? You think you're just gonna come out here and just kick the door in? You're gonna kick in the door waving the fofo. That's not how you're gonna do this. This is gonna take time, guys. But I keep trying to tell you, if you could learn, if you could get into a product, and if you could let arbitrage lead you into wholesale or bulk orders from Walmart, from wherever you're getting it from, I'm telling you, this is how you get your momentum going. All right, I'm gonna hold on. Let me see what Yob said. Is it smart to prep center my items even though I'm like 3 months in if I'm saving 6% from sales tax? Bro, great question. You gotta run the numbers. Because you're saving up. See, you already told me you're probably not selling food because not most, but a lot of states do not levy sales tax on food. That's another reason why I leaned into food. I don't know what state you're in. You can let me know if you want, and we can look it up, or you can tell me whether or not your state levies a sales tax on food. You know, I run a legitimate business, hustlers. I am corporate. I run an LLC. But for filing purposes, I file as a subchapter or a subchapter S because of tax benefits. But if I was selling things that were taxed in the Commonwealth of Pennsylvania, then I'd have to worry about remitting that. How many would that be? I don't know. I don't want to deal with it. But, you know, I'm not telling you whether or not you should incorporate or whatever you're doing. I'm just telling you one of the reasons why I like food, because it's good for me in my state. And that's why we did a video where I was saying you got to lean into where you have advantages. That is an advantage for me. I don't know what yours are. Is it smart to use a prep center? I'm going to tell you right off the bat, I don't really care for them. But then again, prep centers aren't that good for food. You know what I mean? We're dealing with expiration dates. I have used a prep center. It just didn't work out well, you know. Let me see. So, okay, thank you. Minnesota exempt on food. Exactly. You know, exactly. That's the reason why I would say get into food, even if you just sort of start to add it into your mix. I don't know what you're selling. I mean, you can get to the bag with a lot of stuff, but you guys, you're seeing it. You're seeing it every time you turn around. Somebody's getting Section 3. It's on some BS. It's not happening in food. If you know otherwise, let me know. But I'm just all I can speak to is my truth. So yeah, I don't know, man. To answer your question, is it smart? That's gonna depend. I don't mind talking to you about it. So if you want to text me, we hop on a call. Let's chop it up, bro. Let's chop it up, and then maybe I can help guide you in any other questions you have as well. That's the reason why I love doing what I do, hustlers. I don't have to have all the answers. What I have to have is a genuine desire to help you, and I have to give you a way to literally connect with me. It's funny because people call me, we talk, and they go, "Wow, I'm actually talking to La Machine. I'm a real person." So get at me, man, and we can work through it together. It doesn't cost you anything. So back to the product that we're looking at. So where did we leave off? We were down to $8.73 before we even put this in a box to ship it. Now, if you're looking at FBA, fine, you might make this work. I don't have time because I don't like giving up that kind of control. When you FBA, to me, you just give total control to Amazon. I ain't got time for it. But what I wanted to say is this. It's in the buy box for $23.21. Everybody that's selling this isn't selling it at that price. When you got 13 people on this listing, there's a reason. There's a reason. Okay. The first thing I'm going to do, I'm going to scroll down and I'm going to start seeing people who's selling it for more. Okay. If this guy is selling it for $28.99 and he's got 767 ratings, he might know what he's doing. Listen to me. When you start using software, like we're going to look at the Keeper chart, okay? The chart is to be used for information, but it's not set in stone. All this data, it isn't always right. Sometimes you just gotta try some stuff. What do I mean? I'm saying you have to try this product. And that's another thing I love about Merchant Fulfilled, because you can try it, and if it doesn't work for you, you might be able to liquidate it on another platform. Okay, but listen to me. When you look at these people, all these different sellers on this product, you might be thinking, well, all the sales are going to the buy box. You might be right for the most part. But what I've learned, guys, you have to take what I'm about to tell you as gospel. You may not get the lion's share, but you're going to get enough for you. It's going to be enough for you. This is a law. This is not my opinion. This is a law. If you don't believe me, go back. We got over 500 videos on this channel that go back almost 8 years. Go back. Look at the receipts. Okay? You got to start trying. You're not going to know until you try. So again, let's look at those numbers. Now we're going to look as if we sold it for $28.99. Take out that 15%. You're left with $24.64. You got to pay $10.99. Now you're walking up, getting ready to ship this out, and you got $13.65. And I guarantee you can make $2 out of that, $2 or $3. And if $2 or $3 isn't enough for you, do it anyway. Do it anyway. I got a question for you before I start getting mad. I got a question. Did you do 38,000 last month? Did you do 34 before that? Did you do 26 before that? Did you do 22 before that? I got orders to do today. I don't even have that much time to be out here. I made time. What do I mean by I made time? Because I must do 183 orders today. I must ship 183 orders today. And if you're not doing it, then you might want to listen to me. If you don't, that's okay. If you don't, that's okay. See, this is why you look at this lending. They're trying to lend me 50 grand. I don't need it. But if I needed it, I could get it. You know, that's what this is all about, guys. I'm not going to spend a lot more, much more time out here. I got work to do and I got to go eat. But let me know if anybody has any questions. Looks like we got 8 people out here. The likes are only at 5. So please, hustlers, please, if you have not given me a like today, please hit the like button. Make sure you subscribe. Make sure you hit the bell notification so that you know as soon as we come out. I promised you, and I meant what I said. I hope I'm delivering. I promised I would come out here every day that I could. I don't have all the answers, and I don't need all the answers, and neither do you. And that's what I'm here to share with you. You guys, some of y'all know this software better than me. So are you getting to the bag? Because I'm getting to it, and I use the basic features, and I'm not greedy. I'm not trying to hit a home run, grand slam every time I step up to the plate. I'm happy with the base hits, the bunts. I'll sacrifice if I need to. But I'm trying to get to the pennant because I can still win the pennant. You see what I'm saying? Hey, Tim. Oh, thanks a lot. Yeah, that's quite a story, boy. If I had the time to talk about my son, he's on his way though. He got his bachelor's going right directly into his MBA program, so he's doing great. But I'm gonna hang out here for a minute or two just to see if we have a question or a comment. Oh, thanks, guys. We got likes up to 7. Amazing. Thank you. It's funny you talk about my son. He decided to go to college. I've been selling on Amazon since 2008. My kids were little, and I had them in the business helping me. And I thought to myself, and I mean, you're talking, I was doing $750,000 back in 2012. I thought, yeah, my kids, they're being shown how to do business. They're hands-on. They're in it, right in the family business. The family name is right on there. They're making money. I didn't even have to pay my kids allowance. They was getting to it, and I thought they're gonna want to be in the business. They're gonna want to get into. Well, these kids got a mind of their own. They're gonna do what they want to do, and of course, we love and support them. But it's funny how life has a way of showing you, oh, you think you got this all figured out, huh? You think it's gonna be this way. You think it's gonna be that way. No, it ain't. Life is gonna life. And life is definitely lifing. Yeah, no doubt. No doubt. See, like I said, it's not about the software. Think about this, guys. The software is not going to do the work. Listen to this. The software is not going to do the work for you. The software is going to aggregate, sort, and put the work that you need to do in front of you. It's almost like if you needed to do a research paper. So you walk into the library ain't going to do the work for you. The library will give you a stack of books this high that you got to go through and do all the work. Now, the library is valuable. All the information that are in the books are valuable, but they're only beneficial as far as you can use the data. And I think, from my experience, a lot of times we're not processing this right. We want that product that's, ranked 30,000 or less, and 100% return on investment. Them days is over. But listen to me. Those days are over until you earn the right. You earn the right to get those types of things. Let me give you an example. So I went to, you guys know I sell potato chips. I sell Utz potato chips. And I went to the Utz warehouse to pick up major order. Filled up the van, literally had to make 2 trips because I had another warehouse to hit. I couldn't even get it all in there. But 4 cases of free product. I earned that though. So now when you start talking about, 100% markup, return on investment and stuff like that, that's what I can get because I earned that right. I put the years in to develop the relationships. Guys, if you're not thinking about this as a business, you already, I don't know. This is not a hustle, guys. Don't let the name of the channel, don't let the name of our group fool you. Yes, we're hustling, but we're hustling in a business. So you have to approach it like a real business. I keep saying this over and over, because when you approach this like a real business, then you start acting like a manager. Managers run businesses. And when you start thinking and behaving like a manager, that's when you're going to start managing cash flow and things of that nature that allow you to run a business. Some of y'all going to come with me. I'm showing you my numbers, but if you think for 1 minute that this is all about just success on Amazon, no, baby, you are sadly mistaken. I'm going places Amazon could never take me, because Amazon can't teach me how to think. Amazon can't teach me business strategies of the ultra wealthy. They're not here for that. They're here to get what they can get out of this. Building their platform on your back. That's okay, because there's an even exchange. I'm not bashing them. I'm just telling you, if you really want to get to the generational wealth, you're going to have to learn how the wealthy think. Get in the private group, because that's where I'm really getting to it. All this Walmart, all this Amazon, all that's great, but that's not, those are just stepping stones. Got one for Mike on Sunday. Cool. All right, we'll see you on Sunday. Tim says, I'm switching to mostly a prep center soon to have location freedom. Cool. Pros and cons to everything. Yeah, if you can't be here, absolutely, prep center is the way to go. And there's more than one way to get to the bag, guys. I'm just showing you my way. I'm open to your way. We help each other. That's why I love being part of a group, because you get so many different perspectives. I don't know everything. Oh, cool. That's beautiful. They threw one in threw a nation out in the chat. Did you guys take a look at that? I don't have time to get to it right now. We might look at it tomorrow. I plan, I'm probably going to be out here tomorrow if I can. Any final thoughts before we run, guys? Thanks, Nate. But yeah, in closing, I want to make sure I reiterate what we're talking about here, okay? Number one, when you want to use the software, you have got to remember the software is just putting data in front of you. You've got to learn how to use that data. Number two, if you're trying to knock it out of the park on every swing and you just starting out, forget it. You're setting yourself up for failure. Three, you got to learn, when you're using all these keeper charts and stuff like that, so you can ask Nate, you can ask Karen. You don't know oh my God, how do I say this? All these charts, graphs, and all this stuff, they are to be used as a guide, but they are not written in stone. Me and you can list the same product for the same price, and we can both do it merchant fulfilled. And for some reason, you could sell it and I don't. Mine are sitting there collecting dust and yours are selling, and we don't know why. We can try to decipher. We can try to deduce, maybe where you're located. Amazon says, hey, this guy's located closer to where this particular buyer is. There's all sorts of reasons. You just never know. So what I'm trying to say is, when you start looking at a product, you gotta start looking at, okay, how can I make this work? How can I make this work? Now, you may not be able to, but too often I think we just move on, and that's what everybody's doing. They're just moving on. Job says trying to get good at sourcing and consistent. See, this is why I love having the hustlers. One word in that sentence. He said consistent. Okay. It's only a matter of time for you. When you're using words like consistent, it's only a matter of time. You're going to get to it. We don't know how, and we don't need to know how. It's not your job. It is not your business to figure out the how. It's your business to figure out why. Why are you doing this? And to keep going. Your path has led you to me. Now it's up to you. What are you going to do about it? Are you going to come up? Are you subscribed? Are you going to continue to watch me? Are you going to reach out? Are you going to take advantage of the tap into the resources down in the description? Are you going to become part of a real family, a community? But you're going to get there. You using words like that. I ain't even. That ASIN looks good from first glance. What the source said. All right, Karen. Thank you. Love it when you're here. The most important aspect of this. Yes. Talk to him. All right, guys. I gotta bounce. Look for me tomorrow. Hope you got some good information here. Something helpful. You got my number. So if I missed something, even if you're checking this out later, you know how to reach me. There's no reason that you cannot get whatever it is that you need. Okay? All right. Love you all. Talk to you tomorrow. La Machine. I'm out.